This is your librarian, Adriana, and this is our third, in quotes, library visit. Today is going to be a really brief video, I hope, fingers crossed, and I'm just going to take you to the databases that you're going to be using for your assignment and hopefully for your team memo 3 also. So here we are at lib.utah.edu. From here, I'd like you to go to the Databases tab. Here we are at the Databases portal, and we'll look at two today. The first one is called PAIS. The second one is called Scopus. So PAIS begins with P, and here we go. First one in the list. Good news here is that it covers some pretty contemporary subjects. If you check out the description of this database, you'll see what kinds of materials you can expect to find here. So this is going to be for the piece of your team memo and for your library assignment, looking at the way that public policy impacts your specific technology. Or your team specific technology. So here we are inside one big search box. I'm going to describe my search here. So I'm looking up solar desalination. The reason I have that in between quotation marks is because I'm interested in searching for that entire keyword phrase. So I don't want solar in, say, the first paragraph and desalination 15 pages in. I want that phrase to appear exactly as it is. Then I'm using and in between my keywords, just like last time, which prompts the database to only return those results that have all of my keywords. This one, this one, and this one. And this last thing here, this asterisk, the reason I've done that is because this will allow us to search for multiple different word endings. So not just sustainable, but sustainability. And all other iterations of that. Then I'll click the little magnifying glass, and this happens sometimes. So let's go a little broader, and maybe, actually, forget I just did that. Let's see if there is public policy around just solar desalination and sustainability. Maybe not. How about just solar desalination? The reason I'm doing this, though it's a failed search, is because I want you to see what happens when you begin to explore these databases. We won't always find everything that we are interested in. However, this time maybe we did. Not exactly. This is not set in the context of India. However, it is evaluating the economic viability, so one aspect of sustainability of solar-powered desalination using Saudi Arabia as a case study. So if this sounds potentially of interest, I would click on the abstract, which is just a brief description of the article. The article itself is at least a few pages long, so this brief description will allow me to evaluate beyond the title if this is going to be something I'm interested in. It even indicates which subjects are covered, where it is. All of these things in blue, of course, are clickable, so I would highly recommend checking out, if you do find a source that's relevant to your research needs, check out what these authors have written under other titles. So that's about it in a nutshell. I don't know why I did that weird voice. I apologize. It is a 3 coffee kind of day. Anyhow, so that's PAIS. Let's see if, just like for the sake of exploration, and I won't take too long, let's look at e-waste and see what kind of public policy exists around it and where. And again, this is a huge, broad topic. So we have at the top here 162 results, just like the other databases that we've looked at. you can always count on one of the margins to give you a refinements menu. So, ta-da, here's that. And just to give you kind of a lay of the land of the results list, you can modify your search up at the top. This is kind of cool where you can save your searches and do a review of recent searches if you've used this database before, or like say you use it today and then you use it 3 days from now. So something interesting here. Say this is some article that's going to be relevant to my research needs. Beyond reading the abstract here, I'm going to want to access it in full text. And if you look at this results list, you're not going to see almost any full text results, but I know that's going to sound like the most anxiety-inducing thing I've ever said to you, but these Find It buttons, remember? This will search a bunch of our other databases to see if they hold that very same full text. So checking availability here. This is a huge bummer. There's no full text available. In this case, do y'all remember what to do? Just keep scrolling down. Request an article through Interlibrary Loan. I think we've talked about this before, but if we haven't, click it, see where it takes you. I promise it isn't scary. It's a free service where if we don't have something at the Marriott Library or via our electronic databases, this request an article link, or any other kind of material, basically, we can borrow it from any other library on the planet and share it with you for a brief period of time. So check out Interlibrary Loan if we haven't done that together already. And that's about it. There is some full text here, like I mentioned previously. This is kind of cool. One last thing I just noticed. In the style of Google Scholar, this will show you who cited this, in this case, scholarly journal article. So, on to the next database. I'm going to go back to the library's website and back to the portal for the databases, and we're going to look at, what's it called? It's called Scopus. I almost forgot, y'all. Thank you for bearing with me. So I'm going to scroll down until I find it. It's Scopus, and I've put a link to Scopus and PAIS in your course guide, which you can access through Canvas. Okay, so, ooh, look at that. I've already done this search here. So this is a little bit busier of an interface. Scopus is pretty different from PAIS. This is where you're going to begin to search for information evaluating how sustainable, or if the technology that you're researching is sustainable. So lots of stuff going on here, but basically if this hadn't preloaded, it just would have looked kind of like this. So we can search within the article title, abstracts, keywords. You can even look at all these different ways you can search. So that's kind of cool. You can search all fields. I think that's overkill. So let's do that old search we brought up earlier. All right, so solar desalination and India and sustainability, or sustainab, asterisk. All right, we have 2 results. Not bad, not bad. I'm gonna take a look at the results list again. Left-hand margin, your refinements menu. This should look pretty familiar. And here we have Find It, though the Find It button doesn't look like it is loading. We can view the abstract from within the results list, which is kind of cool. It shows our keywords highlighted in the context. Related documents is pretty compelling too, since you already know what the Find It button is going to do for us. This broadens out our search quite a bit. So we had 2 documents come up before. They say documents in lieu of the word sources. So 23,595 came up this time, and you can view those to your heart's content. Back to the previous screen. Let's do the find it search here, just because it's good practice. And I'm really curious if we have this in full text. I bet we do. Check it out, full text available. So this is clickable, but it's really silly because it will just take you to the middle of the page. And here's the database link where that PDF is housed. So you can view the PDF here. This is within the HTML full text version. You can even download the full issue of this journal title. Another cool thing about this, and most databases, you can click on journal titles and explore within them often. So, back to Scopus though. You know, I feel like that actually might be it. I hope that was not even a 15-minute lecture, just to give you a little break. I'm going to stop talking. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns or thoughts, or if you need a hand with preparing your research for your final project. Just send me an email or text me, and I'm happy to help. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon.